Hi boys and girls, this is Mr. Blackman. Welcome to our final art project for the school year. This is a really fun project, one that you'll be able to use to have more fun with. How many people like to do selfies with your friends or your family? Take pictures, that's really cool. Well, this is a way that you can have more fun taking selfies. Our project today is called the Monster Mouth Selfie Stick. Monster Mouth? What is that? Well, you're going to find out. Okay, for this, guys, you don't need a lot of products for this particular technique, but we're going to need this supply list. You're going to need some paper to draw on, some drawing paper. You're going to need a pencil. Maybe you have markers or crayons, or you may have coloring pencils that you might be able to use to add color, but you'll need something to add your color. A popsicle stick. If you don't have a popsicle stick, then you could use something maybe like a old pencil, or maybe you could use a straw. You could do that to make that part for your handle, okay? And you're going to need a little glue or some tape to finish this off. All right, this lesson is for pre-K through 2nd grade. All right, I'll give you a moment to get your supplies ready and we'll get started. All right, guys, for our first part, I want you to start by cranking up your imagination, okay? Now, when we think about monster mouths, we think about big mouths, right? Funny mouths. Maybe a little scary sometimes. So I want you to think about what that smile or those teeth might look like. Because in our mouths we have teeth, we have lips, we have tongues, we have teeth. So I want you to think about how you can use all those parts to make your drawing. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be doing is drawing that mouth shape. And I want you to do several. All right, so here we go. Let me use my imagination. I'm going to think about maybe an open mouth. So I'm going to do a straight line and a curved line, and to make the other side of my mouth another straight line. Now, if my mouth is open, I'm going to need, that's right, 2 lines. So this would be the face part, and this would be my open mouth part. Okay, good job. Now, maybe I have teeth. Wow, maybe some are large and some are small. What shape is that? Triangles, that's right. You guys learned about that this year. All right, I'm going to add a few over here and make it fun. Then I'm going to come out here and I'm going to make a tongue hanging off of my mouth. Now I've got an extra line here, so I'm going to use my eraser and take that out. But when I start coloring, that'll all go away. Okay, so I'm going to make my little tongue shape back there. I've got teeth and a tongue. All right, now this is something for my younger students. Maybe we didn't talk about this year. It's called outlining. So we're going to start after we get our design done. Go back and outline. So I'm going to move away from my lines that I've already drawn, and I'm going to come out here and I'm going to do a line and go way around, not touching my other lines that I've already drawn. I'm going to go around them. Around means not touching. Okay, there's a purpose for that line. We're going to go all around the lines we drew. You see how I did that? Now that's kind of complicated. You could do something very simple, okay? Maybe like a simple one like that, okay? Maybe the mouth is closed, and then you have your, what would we call this? An outline. Outside of our lines, we're tracing just like that. And just with using my imagination and shapes and lines, I have 2 designs. One's a little more complicated with teeth and an open mouth and a tongue, and maybe one with a closed mouth, okay? All right, so This is where you would break out all your crayons and your coloring utensils. And remember, when you're working, sometimes when you're working, you like to outline things. I like to outline things, so I'm going to use a marker, but you could use a crayon, you could use a coloring pencil, and add that dark line to the pencil lines that you drew. Now, before you do markers, if you need to make changes, you can go back and make changes with an eraser. Or if it's not salvageable, you can't save it, maybe you could just start over. Okay, so I'm not touching all my places perfectly, but that's okay. I got my basic idea. And if I've got little marks where I made a little mistakes, that's okay. Just go back and take them out. You're all good, okay? Now, after you have added your outlines, you want to go back and add color, okay? Think about the kinds of color you could use. And you don't always have to use the same kind of art supply. You could use markers and crayons. You could use crayons and coloring pencils. You can mix it up. All right, in my mouth here, I think I want a purple tongue. It is a monster, isn't it, by the way? So I'm going to have fun with that, and I'm going to put in a purple tongue. That's going to be funny. And let me think, what color would look nice with purple? All right, I think my yellow would look nice with purple, so I'm going to make my mouth staying inside my lines. Remember what Mr. Blackman told you about coloring. We always do this. Color nice and tight and cover the white. That's right, nice and tight and cover the white. That way we don't see how we colored, we see what we colored, okay? So if you want to do a little outlining with your crayon before you go back in and fill it in that space, you can do that if that makes you feel comfortable. And make sure you're doing just following that rule of staying nice and tight and covering the white, because you don't want to have holes in your coloring. You want to have nice solid color. So people are looking at the mouth you drew, not the little scratchy lines in between your color, okay? So I'm doing this kind of fast, and I understand you will be taking your time and doing it a little slower and filling in your space. When you're working, try to get your lines going all in the same direction when you're coloring nice and tight and covering the white. And if you miss a spot, just go back and touch it up with your crayon. All right, we're almost done here. All right, so this project is going to help us with some skills that we learned this year in art, drawing, coloring, and the last part that we're going to be working on is, that's right, cutting, okay? So we're going to make sure that we are practicing our cutting, guys. I'm going to move along to that part. I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to save my face I did at the top. I'm going to do that later. So right now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to separate them and slide my funny one off to the side over here, my funny face, and I'm going to be using this one. And remember what we learned about cutting. Hold your scissors straight in front of you, and turn your paper. I see students sometimes trying to turn their arms all crazy ways like this, and it hurts and the arms get tired. But if you hold your scissors straight and learn to turn your paper with your other hand, it makes cutting so much easier, okay? And try not to chop when you cut. Try to make it really, really smooth. Really smooth when you're turning. Don't jerk your paper, and don't whack your scissors. Just keep putting things back at the back of your scissors and closing down on them and turning your paper, okay? Try to follow the line as best you can. All right, I'm almost done with my cutting. I'm turning my paper and using my scissors. I've got mine turned a little sideways so you can see that I'm cutting and turning, okay? All right, so once I have my funny selfie mouth or monster mouth done, it's all nice and neat and nice and colored. Now, this is the last part. You're going to need some kind of a stiff part to hold up your funny face, okay? I just happen to have a little glue, but if you don't have glue, again, you can use tape to do this on the back, glue stick. Put just a little glue on, and then you can put it where you would hold it in front of your face to have your selfie made. This would be your new mouth for your funny picture you would hold up, okay? All right, I did some more. So there's one funny face, and I did a lot more. I did this one. That's kind of cool with the pointy teeth. I did one, this almost looks like a hippopotamus. It's big, like that, and it's got the nice big tongue on the inside. So I did that one. All right. I did like a dragon design with this and the tongue sticking out. And look at the shape that I did with this one. That's pretty cool. All right. And then I just did a little simple one with a square tooth and a smile. So have fun, guys, with your monster mouth selfie sticks, okay? And we will see you guys next year, hopefully at school, and we'll be back in the art room. All right, you guys have a safe summer, and keep up your drawing, do some art, have some fun, and we will see you next year. Have a great summer, bye, guys. Bye-bye.